Hello world, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's the 21st of November 2014. The moon's in the middle of Scorpio, and later today I will be doing a special video on the new moon because it's in about just over 24 hours time, and there's going to be a lot happening between now and then. But I'm just going to finish off a video that I started the other day. I started doing quite a serious video on the IC, the Imium Coeli. And I kind of got distracted into taking the piss a little bit, and I thought, that's not really fair. One or two people did whinge a bit, especially those people with bloody Virgo Pisces. You know who you are. And so I thought I'd actually do a little bit of serious work on the IC as well. A few people said, well, what does it mean if you've got Uranus there or Chiron there? So I'm going to try and do a sort of brief guide to planets on the IC. It's going to be a bit concise and terse, so please forgive me for my lack of subtlety, okay? Normally when I deal with this, I spend a long time teasing it out of the client and working with them in a way that makes them feel really comfortable. This might be a bit brutal. So, where shall we start? Let's start with, well, let's go backwards. If you've got the North Node on the IC, as I have, you're going to feel that there's a greater purpose in life, that there's something for you to do that involves taking responsibility for tribe, for community at the larger scale, in a way that is the global family as much as anything else. But it's a bugger, because all you really want to do is go out in the world and play. If you've got Pluto on the IC, this is no laughing matter. Pluto on the IC often indicates significant difficulties and potential challenges with one of the parents during upbringing, either an absent parent or a parent who passed really early, or agendas from one of the parents' grandparents towards you. And it's a difficult position, and every case is different, but Pluto on the IC is one of the harder ones to deal with when coming to terms with one's past. Neptune on the IC actually brings a sense of vagueness and distortion into one's past. It's very difficult for people with Neptune on the IC to be able to be clear and detailed about what was happening in the first early years of life. They can know and sense and feel and intuit, but they can't understand. Uranus on the MC is someone who's probably going to leave home at an early age given the chance, on the grounds that there is a deep sense of not resentment or rebellion, but antipathy towards all of the imposed lifestyle patterns of childhood. And they will go through an independent stage early in life in order to determine their own attitudes towards home and family. Chiron on the IC talks of a degree of either abandonment or neglect when young, and it can be one of the most painful positions to have on the IC, along with Pluto. It talks of feeling neglected and isolated and unsupported by the world, having to find that within oneself, and it's a hard one. Saturn on the IC is actually not that bad. It's got a bad press, and when young, yes, it does lead one to a sense of alienation from roots and foundations and family, but when older, it's very good at forging one's own structures and boundaries and one's own secure home. Jupiter on the IC just wants to live in a palace and wonder why the staff aren't there. And I'm taking the mickey a little bit, okay. But Jupiter on the IC does give this desire for a comfortable home and a good family, regardless of one's gender. Mars on the IC, that's not an easy position, because the IC relates to the home, the roots and foundations. And Mars is all about energy and action and movement. So unless you're a home decorator or a builder or something like that, or fashion designer, home designer, then Mars on the IC is going to be a difficult position and can lead to arguments with parents. Whereas Venus on the IC is the complete opposite. Often the parents, especially when the individual leaves home, the parents stop being the parents and instead become much more the friend. There's normally a good relationship with one, if not both, for the parents, and there's a sense of value and appreciation around what it is in the home that turns you on. The Feng Shui would always be excellent. Mercury on the IC brings a willingness to go into one's innermost psychological roots and foundations, into the depths, looking into the unconscious and subconscious. Moon on the IC, I've also got this, a deep yearning, a longing that will never be fulfilled for home, family, clear, unconditional, simple relationship. It doesn't happen with Moon on the IC. Instead, they become almost the nanny to the world. And Sun on the IC. Here's the core. If you've got the Sun on the IC, you need your own home. Unequivocally. If you've got your own home, everything else starts from there. If you don't have your own home, everything gets wobbly. So the single biggest thing with the Sun on the IC is to have one's own secure home. Not house, home. On that light, I'll leave you. Get off. Got a day's work to do. See you later. Bye.